Good morning, um, or good afternoon. Welcome to Mornings with Michael, the afternoon edition. So we are here with our word of the day at lodestone. Lodestone is our word of the day, a piece of magnetite or other naturally magnetized material able to be used as a magnet, a thing that is of the focus and attention or attraction. Lodestone. So there we go. Now we're going to move over to our screener, FinViz. Take a look at where our heat map was. The Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P all strengthened today. We got some earnings out. Some are down, some are up. So this is the S&P 500. NVIDIA bounces from yesterday's pullback. Broadcom as well. The financials are doing well. Eli Lilly continues its bounce, and it looks like healthcare is having a good day. Industrials are having a good day mostly. And now we're going to just go over to our crypto heat map. We've got a lot of red going on here. It looks like Bitcoin is trying to bounce back a little bit. Went down to 117 from 120 earlier. Ethereum is down. A lot of people taking their profits. Just going to pause everything for a second. So here we are. We have our screen. If you're getting close to retirement, you may want to take some profits and roll it over into one of these accounts. Why? Because it goes up when the market goes up and does not go down when the market goes down. The market has come up quite a bit right now, and there's always going to be a time there's going to be profits taken and a downturn in the market. So you don't want to be stuck like in 2008 when the markets went down 54%. And as you can see, this beats index investing by about 5% per year. So 12.58% to 7.57%. So there you have that. And now we are going to go look at first we're going to look at our crypto chart. See if we can locate that one. And here we are. This is Bitcoin. Seems to be bouncing between 120 and 117. Has periodically gone below 117, but we will see which side wins, which side takes off. Will it be to the downside or will it be to the upside? I've seen if it does break out of 122,000, some people have saying it'll run as far as 140,000. So that is our story with Bitcoin. We did see that Ethereum was pulling back here, not doing too bad though. Went up to 3,700. It's pulling back to 3,500 and it's trying to bounce here. So that is our story there. And now we're going to go over to our regular charts. See if this will pull up. So this one is totally amazing. This is an Abivax is up nearly 600% on the day. Just imagine that if you had, I don't know, 500 shares, that would be quite a return in your portfolio. They have a new drug that has come out that has really spread the anticipation. So you may want to look into this a little bit more, but that is an amazing jump today. So that is a story. Now we're going to go see where we can look at our indexes. Here's the NASDAQ bouncing off of the 10-day moving average, up 0.46% today. Take a look at the equal weight in the NASDAQ. And it's up 0.29% today. I believe the S&P 500 really jumped today. Yeah, that was quite a move, up 0.85% on the day. Some pretty good volume. And then look at the RSP, look at that volume. The RSP is getting pretty close to the pivot. The equal weight in the S&P 500 moved up quite a bit. IWM has been a laggard for the longest time, but it got into its pivot zone today. See if it'll stay up in there. And then let us take a look at the Dow Jones. Dow Jones got a nice move, gapped up and closed on its high for the day, up 1.18%. Go to financials. Financials are kind of leading today, up 0.8%. Take a look at JP Morgan. It's up 1.83% today. Goldman Sachs up 2.44%. Wow. And Wells Fargo up 1.6% today. Looks like that might be an all-time, close to an all-time high. The all-time high was 83.94 over here. Take a look at KBWB. It's up almost 1%. Here's the VIX. The VIX drops dramatically, gap down, and closed on a near-term low. Interesting, the 10-year Treasury moved up, even though the market's moved up. We'll see if it can fill this gap. It's up to 4.388. And this is a 20-year. Bumped its head against a 50-day moving average and pulled back a little bit. It's still up 1.02% for the day. Here has been our leading in aerospace. Got a strong move off of the 10-day moving average. Here's Jovi. Wonder why that didn't want to. Maybe it's Joby. Joby Aviation got a pretty strong move. And then we got Archer. Got a strong move off of their 10-day, 20-day moving average, up 3.37%. Energy's got a pretty good move today, up 1.57%. Communications, Meta, up 1.24. Google, their earnings came out, I believe, and it looks like they're up slightly on their earnings. Utilities tried to move higher and pulled back a little bit. Here's VST. Got a gap up on VST, gets above 200. I guess I can't pick out the other utility that I was looking for. Real estate is up 0.28% today. I would think biotech with that 600% move gets up to the 200-day moving average. And this one gaps up, closes on its high, up 1.93%. Software jumps out of the pivot zone. See what Dave is doing in software. Gets above 200. I had initially had that around 85 and sold it, I think over here. SMH bounces back after yesterday's little bit of sell-off. Infrastructure gaps up, gets near the pivot zone here. It's up 1.29% today. Road, the one that we keep highlighting, it's up 0.77%, right around its 50-day moving average. Airlines are moving up pretty strong, up 1.59. Industrials, look at that move, gaps up 1.79%. With all these subsectors, it's not a curiosity that the S&P 500 really moved up pretty strong today. Leisure activities moving up pretty strong today. Consumer staples, pretty flat for the day. Healthcare is where we had the movement. Eli Lilly. So we got a gap up in healthcare, and Eli Lilly jumps up and closes up on its high for the day, up nearly 3%. Here we got building materials. Looked like a gap up and then pulled back a little bit, up 0.34%. Mining and metals. Wow, it just keeps soaring to newer and newer heights. Home builders up slightly, up nearly 1%. Global uranium gets back into the profit zone. CCJ, nice move there. Denison Mines is moving up. Their previous high is 247. red line does not want to work with me. So you could come right over here. This would have been a good place to buy. Just draw the line. And I think it's still probably buyable. Got a nice section of blue buying. So let us go see where the big money was flowing. American Mobile. Wow, look at that move. Up 5.41%. Earnings came up near 1,000%. Beyond e-commerce platform, up 6.5%. Looks like it hardly moved. Boston Scientific, medical devices for cardiovascular rhythm management, bounces into the profit zone, up 4.46% on earnings increase of 21%. Huge volume on that one. Yeti had some, look at all these big blue towers. Yeti is up nearly 5%. Cal-Maine Foods jumps into the profit zone and then drops out after some people take their profits. Earnings are up 203%. They provide a lot of products for McDonald's, I know. Technip FMC bounces back into the pivot zone. Corning, look at that nice big blue tower of volume. We got a power trend going on here. What is a power trend? That is a good question. So this is a 10-day moving average as long as it's above the 20-day, and as long as the 20-day is above the 50-day, and as long as the 50-day is above the 200, we got a power trend. And look what happens when a power trend is emanated. It just keeps on moving higher and higher. Those are the stocks that you want to be a part of that have exhibited a power trend. Let's go to number 9. Dave and Buster's. Look at that big blue bar here. Really bounced off the 10-day moving average, up nearly 10% on the day. I'm just going to scan, see what else is in the list here. I'm not going to look at them all. There's 29. We got NR Energy. Gaps up 4.28%. SEI, Solaris Energy Infrastructure, up 4%. Interesting. Here's another Beyond. No, I think that's the same one, just listed twice. Here is Talon Energy. Interesting. The chart is now spinning. We have an internet problem. We're going to pause 1 second. So this is Talon reported its results from the PJM base residual auction. For the planning year, Talon cleared about 6,702 megawatts at clearing price of 329.17 cents per megawatt day across MAAC, PPL, and PSEG locational delivery areas, equating to approximately 805 million capacity revenues for the 2026-2027 planning years. And so it gaps up on that news. So that is Talon. We looked at VST earlier. GEV Nova gapped up in its earnings. Earnings were negative here, negative 61% from the previous quarter. Can see $4.76 versus $1.86, but it was a 23% earnings surprise, so it gapped up and closed near its high, up nearly 14.5%. So that works out pretty well. And that is that in that area. Let's see if we can get, here we go. So another one that has been trending is him and hers, up 16% today. That must be some newsworthy item. And we will look into that a little bit. Feel free to look into what him and hers has been doing. And we're going to take a look at MicroStrategy. Had a little bit of a dip today, or I should say strategy on the pullback, and it did go all the way down to, I believe, 408 or 407 today, and it did bounce back a little bit, off 3.22%. I guess with all the Bitcoin that they have over 600,000 Bitcoin, so they dip a little bit stronger than maybe iBit. See, it's only down less than 1% here. GEV is in our portfolio. Toast, pretty flat, holding up at the top of its range. We got a little bounce in Rigetti after the pullback, 2-day pullback. METU, we looked at Meta earlier. METU is up 2.5%. Palantir has been one of the leading stocks, outshines 99% of the stocks on the stock exchanges. NVIDIA is up 2.25% today. Apple holding steady here. Amazon up slightly today. Tesla is down a little bit after hours, after it reported missed its earnings number. Microsoft bounces off the 20-day moving average, up 0.12%. Netflix, a little bit of a sell-off here after their earnings came out at increased 47%, but it really wasn't much of an earnings surprise. Broadcom bounces up 1.83%. Taiwan Semiconductor bounces off of the 10-day moving average. AMD gaps up a little bit and it's up 2.54%. So that's going to be all of our chart analysis today. And we are going to go now over to close out with our quote of the day. Let me just stop the share here and then share so everybody can see the quote of the day. So every day may not be good, but there is something good in every day. This is by Alice Morse Earl. So go out there and make your day good. And if you can help somebody make their day a little better, do so. Lift somebody else up and try to inspire others to provide some more good in every day. That's our show for today, and we will see you tomorrow.